And welcome to the Cool Energy Show. Today we have Jay Honey in the house.
And your girl, ShellBe Raw.
You got Talal in the building. What's up, people?
MsTris Beats, cool heads.
Hey, we are the Cool Energy Show. Today we'll be talking about relationship deal breakers.
Oh, yeah, I know we're going to
Yeah.
have a lot to say about
But
that.
yes,
topic.
indeed.
What will lead to the breakups?
Yeah, for
And-
people that don't understand what relationship deal breakers are, those are the things that you just can't deal with. It's like if someone smokes and you're not feeling it, someone got kids, or someone makes a little bit of money, or, they bougie. It's those deal breakers you just don't want to deal with. So,
Yeah.
let's talk, y'all.
Well, I must say that there are a lot nowadays. Back in our day, back in the day, I would say, people stuck together for a lot more than they do now.
Yeah.
I guess maybe back then they kind of needed each other a little bit more than they do now financially, and then there's a lot of kids back in the day, so you need that extra help. So nowadays, if something goes wrong or you're not feeling something, hey, deuces, you know what I'm saying? So,
Dang.
that's what it feel like.
Is that how you are?
No, not
Oh,
me.
okay.
I give
Or
kudos
is that how
to
you were?
loyalty.
Is that how you were?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Back in my dating days, in the caveman era back then, so long ago, when I was on the dating scene, if something was just a little bit off, I'm out of there. And it just comes from just dating, and then
you say, dang, like, if
Yeah.
you're not committed to somebody,
Right.
you shouldn't be dealing with nothing. That
Right.
You don't like,
There
really.
you go.
right. If you
You
just
don't have to. You're not obligated to.
I'm the 3-month person. Like, if it's
Okay.
things that bother me within 3 months, I'm out the door. So
Wow.
I'll give it chances up until 3 months. Now, if it's something like extreme before that, I'm out the door
Right.
immediately.
Mhm.
You know
So
what I mean? Because I'm not wasting my time. But-
you're like the flip side of Steve Harvey's 90-day rule.
Oh,
Oh.
well,
Yeah, because Steve Harvey has the 90-day rule that he encourages women not to give up the cookie before 90 days.
That's
because
ridiculous.
He's saying that you should take the time to get to know the person, see what you can and can't deal
Let me
with.
say something about that.
Wait, but let me
He
just...
said that to sell books.
right.
and that's fine. He probably did, but you are saying the same thing on the flip, though.
Yeah, the 3 months is good.
You're saying take 3 months to evaluate, and if it
Yeah.
ain't up to par, you out of there.
Yeah, I'm with
he's
Talal.
saying, he's saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But you talking about we
you
can't
talking
have
about
sex.
Oh,
But why should you
saying
get
you're
my
having a
sex
sex,
if you ain't worthy?
right?
Because I didn't-
That's a whole
listen,
nother
because-
show.
They want that
Right.
cookie though. They
Oh,
want
yeah.
that cookie.
They want that. They not
I need to
worthy.
know if
Deal
All of
breakers.
these Deal breakers and everything.
I
They don't like
want
that
my
rule.
cookie.
I need to know if it's right before I get committed to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely. I got to agree with Talal when I was out dating and running around or whatever I was doing. 3 months, if that. If I start getting that intuitive feeling something ain't right, then something ain't right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's call snake a snake or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when you get to know a person's true color.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is
I don't
true.
know.
I don't know. I think once you
I don't
move
know.
I
in
don't
with
know.
someone, that's
3 months.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
still, I know some pretty good actors that
right.
can last
yeah, they
3
can
months.
pull the wool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 3 months
Yeah.
really is not that long nowadays. I mean,
Deal breaker.
No, but it's good that at least to allow you have a plan. Like, I like the fact that you already have it in your mind. Like, there's a certain probationary period, if you will, that you're
Exactly.
going to evaluate the person and see if you should even invest.
You know what? Because I
think
treat
that's
it just
good.
like work.
Hey.
I treat it just
Resume.
like a job.
Resume.
You know what I mean?
Hey.
You know, like the 3-month rule at work. You ain't hot. All right,
You out of there.
Right.
Right.
okay,
Right, I'm
yeah, the
looking for another
probationary
candidate.
period. Yes, the probationary period also applies to relationships.
Mhm.
So what in those 3 months would say, okay, you're done,
Dealing with the topic of relationship deal breaker.
right?
Like, if our sex drive does not match, I'm out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Can you tell the ladies a little bit more about, like, what match means, like, from the male
Like, if
perspective, though?
if she's a female that wants to have, like, she's satisfied once a week, that's probably not gonna fly with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's just not. And if, like, you know, say I want to have sex every other day or every
Yep.
day, you know what I mean? And I'll compromise. But she like, no, but I can only do 1 week. Like, I'm like, what? You know, I'm out the door. You know what I'm saying?
But what if
So that's a deal breaker for
it
me.
would-
Sex is very
I
important.
don't know. I'm just thinking about how things change the more comfortable you are with the person and the more you have a bond and you've built with them. I think passion changes.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
Right.
intensity
In what
changes.
way?
Speaking as a woman, I know that the more comfortable I am with a
The more
man,
you'll do.
the more free I am.
Right.
Sexually, emotionally, like as far as what I'll give. I'm not giving you my best sex in the beginning.
Hello.
I don't know if you deserve
Hello.
it. I'm giving
Some
you
people try to give it up
my
Hello.
the best thing.
my pretty good.
But you got
Like,
a reputation to maintain, sis.
No, I get it. I'm not giving. I'm never giving bad. Like it's not
Okay.
ever gonna be bad.
Okay.
Right.
But he's not getting my chandelier swinging.
Oh,
Right.
Nah, you got to
No,
earn
she's
that.
right.
You might
No,
run
you
him away.
gotta earn that.
You might run him
yeah,
away. You
sex, y'all.
you swing.
Yeah.
You swing from them chandeliers too soon. That might be a deal breaker.
Hello.
You
Right,
never
you
know.
can't
might
get
be
that
like
to everybody.
Pineapples.
He's throwing a towel on you.
Yes, y'all must know you
love
can't
y'all.
get trapeze loving when you're just starting out. You can't do that. You have to
That's
build up
cool.
to
That's
that.
funny.
That don't
Yo.
keep a man. Talal, I'm sure you've
Yo.
had in the past pre boo boo. I'm
Mhm.
sure you've had some great sexual experiences, but were they that amazing that it'll make you just stay with that person and build a real
No,
relationship?
but I got a reputation.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
think
You
it's
ain't gonna
different
talk to your
guys.
girls about how I lasted 5 minutes.
think-
Like, nah.
Yeah,
Nah,
but I
I'ma
think
let
it's
it-
I
I'll
think
make
it's
it work.
different for men. You
Yeah,
guys can
right.
have more sexual partners, like, and it's
It's
acceptable.
the science of it.
It's acceptable for a woman.
Allegedly.
It's not.
It's not.
You know, it's not as acceptable for a woman to have as many partners or whatever. So as far as reputation, it's more reputation on our end not to be giving it up all the time.
Well, no, that's not what I'm talking about as far as reputation. When I say reputation.
No, I
is-
know what you mean, but I'm saying for women it's
I don't
different.
need you telling, say if it don't work out. You can always say, the loud sex was great. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you telling your girls, that NIGGA wanting shit because, he couldn't do that. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm
I
going to
think-
probably lay it down. Not the best I can,
Right.
but I'm going to give you...
There
I'ma
it
So
is.
I'll give you-
exactly,
There
you
it
saying the
is.
same thing.
I'll give you 8, but not
I'll
10.
say most
So
of
we are saying
my
the same thing.
most
We
of
are.
my male friends have a different view. They want to,
Give you the best they
yeah,
ever
they want to
had.
get they want to get the woman addicted right away.
Yeah.
Addicted right away. You know what I'm saying?
Addicted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
right
know what I'm
away.
saying? I don't think the guys are thinking about, well, I'm gonna hold back because this
No.
might not be.
No, that's how you catch the crazies. I learned
Right.
that from my brother
Yeah.
Rockwell. My brother Rockwell said, "Don't beast F them."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha,
Don't
gotcha.
beast F them, and I learned
Huh.
that at a very early age. He was like, "Yo, you gotta stop beast effing these chicks."
Yup.
Because I had
Because
situations
they falls
where,
in loves with
they
it.
start falling in love, and they be crazy, and it's like, I don't. And after that 3 months, they fired. So you know what I mean? So
It's like that Eddie Murphy joke when he was like, when you make a woman make that, ooh,
Oh.
you gotta,
You
you
hit that
gotta,
spot.
so you can't be making every woman feel like that.
yeah.
That's along the same lines of what you were saying, though. We're not saying that, we will purposely give out bad sex in the beginning because the guy hasn't earned it yet. It's just like we don't give it all the way up. We still want to represent,
Right.
we still going,
You
Come-
know,
come-
Let me ask y'all this
come
far as-
full
far
forward
as
with it.
relationship deal breaker. When you first meet somebody, right, and you go on a date, what's a deal breaker for y'all in the dating phase? The beginning.
oh my
Let's
God,
start there.
I'm gonna go so live with y'all.
Please
Here we
go.
go.
Sex and the single ShellBe.
Oh
So
wow.
here
yeah.
we go.
last night I went out with my street legal brothers, but I actually had a date there with me. And we were in a club, and this guy approached me, and he was in my face like something ridiculous and rude, and I did not like it. And the guy I was with did not check on
Didn't
me.
say nothing.
Oh, wow.
From like, I don't
Ain't check
expect
the guy when
he didn't have to check the guy
Right.
because things can escalate from there, and I would
Right.
never want there to
Right.
be a fight. But what I would have wanted him to do is come over and say to me, like,
Are you okay?
Oh,
you
you're
all
right.
right? You need something? like casually to make sure I'm good.
Right.
I saw him watching what was happening. So to me,
You a
I'm
chump.
not right.
Yeah.
You a punk. I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable with you.
Yeah, he's
That's a
supposed to
deal
at least walk
breaker.
over.
That's a deal breaker
Just
for me
say I'm
right
with
there.
her, you know.
Yes.
Come on, you ready to go over here or something like that? Yeah.
You ain't even
I
have
don't even do all of that. You know what I mean? I'll just, like you said, I'll say, babe, like, because sometimes me and my girl go out. Well, when we were dating, when we went out, you know, it'd be guys trying to holler at her because we'd just be out dancing.
right.
And I'd be like, babe, what's up? You okay? You know what I'm saying? Actually happened to her when we was at a play. She had a play. So this guy was howling at her, and I'm like, yeah.
Hey, what's up?
You all right?
You okay? Right.
What's up?
That's funny.
You know what I mean? She was like, oh, yeah, I'm cool. And he got the hint. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Brothers know. Now,
Exactly.
if he take it somewhere, then you take it wherever you want to take it. But,
But I mean, would you want? I mean, I'm your sister. How do you feel hearing that happened? Would you be cool with me still going out with this dude?
hell
He
no.
already said
Nah.
chump.
It's like he's a
No,
joke.
I think that goes both ways. I'm thinking like, you know, if you out with a, you know, if you're a man and you're out with your girl or your date or whatever, and another chick is in the dude's face, I mean, that other chick is gonna be like, hey, you know, what's up? Hey, girl.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on here?
Hello.
You know, yeah, it's gonna be the look up and down, like, what's up? You know, you don't want to get out the box too quick because it could be somebody you know, or
Yeah.
you might be jumping to conclusions or whatever. But you gotta make your
You gotta make your
right.
presence known.
Yeah.
You have to, you have to step up and
it's
be
a way to
like,
do
I'm
it.
here.
It's a respectful way.
Yeah.
Exactly, and he didn't even
Without
put that
violence or
out there. So that could be that's an
And
early
even
sign
like
right there.
later in the night, like he acted like it never happened when he was right close to it happening watching.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh
Deal
no.
breaker. Deal
In my
breaker.
mind, the date was over.
Right.
Then I just let him buy more drinks
Deal breaker.
and
You,
do whatever.
Let me
else.
obviously, you're more powerful than he is, or you know he's not powerful enough for you already.
Right.
Well, that's
right.
one strength.
That's one.
That's a
Yeah.
very important question for us, David, breaking in the beginning. How y'all feel about the whole, first date spending? Is it Dutch? You know what I mean? Do you want him to pay the first? Do you want him to pay the way? For the first series of dates, what is it? Because let me tell you something. As brothers, we pay a lot of goddamn money on dates, and I don't think women get it.
Stop tricking.
Seriously, you said stop drinking.
I said
Shut
stop
up.
tricking.
Stop
But,
drinking. Shady,
Pill.
shady
I
show.
have a really unique approach to this. Because I do consider myself like, a modern, independent
You are.
woman. However, I am traditional about
Right.
certain things.
Right.
So I feel like if a man asks me out, he should pay because he asked me.
Agreed.
Now, say I find a brother that I think is attractive and I approach him and say, hey, let's hang out sometime. I would either expect us to go Dutch or I'll pay for it because I brought it up. He didn't come to me and say, let's go on a date.
I'm kind of traditional. Like the first 3 dates, I'm gonna pay for it, even if she asks. You know what I mean? For me to go out. But after that third or fourth, fifth date, you know what I'm saying? And she want to go out every damn week. All right, babe. Listen.
That you gotta start.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to take a walk in
bring
the
out that
park,
purse.
Right.
or
So,
you know what I
But
mean?
you know what?
did
Like,
you want
if you're a
something?
stand-up woman, though, I think if a guy takes you out on 3 dates and he like pays for everything, doesn't even look at you to come out of your pocket, I think it's only a nice gesture that
Yeah.
on the 4th or 5th
Just
time.
offer it,
I
and I
agree.
feel so much
Yeah,
better. And
I
I may not
agree.
take it.
Most of the time,
Right.
guys don't. I
Right.
offer all the time, like, oh, you want me to get it? And they're like, no.
Right.
But I see their face light up, like, oh, that was
Yeah,
nice.
Right.
that is
Okay.
very nice.
right.
I appreciate stuff like that. Seriously.
Yeah, because that's what builds, that's what starts building a relationship. And, you know what I'm saying, working together on things. You know what I'm saying?
So, sticking with our whole theme of like the beginning of a relationship
Right.
or dating kind of deal breakers, something that comes to mind for me is like the communication part, texting
Yeah.
and calling
Yeah.
and who's doing what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pay attention to how that person communicates with me. Like if they take forever to get back to
Yeah.
me, or they're not responsive.
Well, what's forever?
or-
That's subjective.
2 hours.
I would say
That's a good point.
I would say I try to pay attention to like when the communication is happening. To me, during the day, you
Right.
don't know a person's work schedule
Right.
or
Right.
anything like
Mhm.
that. I'll try to get some general knowledge, but most of the time, if I text somebody during the day, I don't expect
Until
anything
after 5.
until, yeah, the
Yeah.
evening time,
Yeah.
like when most people are getting home.
Mhm.
But say, for instance, I see you on Facebook or
Right,
you
right.
on
Right.
Twitter,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
tweeting your life away.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, oh,
So why you not responding?
No.
okay.
Yeah.
Mental note.
Number 2, deal breaker number 2.
Yeah.
Mental
Respond
note.
quickly, right?
Respond quickly.
Or
Communication
don't
is
update
key.
your Facebook and Twitter while you ignoring
Yeah,
people.
you gotta be smart about that stuff,
Right.
fellas. I don't know what y'all be doing.
That is
Common
hilarious.
sense is not common.
It ain't.
That's not-
That
I don't
is
know.
hilarious.
For me, I don't like to talk on the phone too much. I'm just not that type of dude. You know what I mean?
Don't
But
though.
I will
Yeah.
say, you know, I try my best to get to know a person. And then it's like, oh, all right, you know what I mean? All right, babe, I was just checking on you. And I think women appreciate that more because it's like,
Yes.
okay, you was thinking about me. That's so nice. You know what I mean? So don't give me the
honestly,
yo. I
the
mean,
check-in
but for
is
real.
all women want,
Right,
really. Like
right.
Mhm.
we
Check-in.
we know that y'all don't like to talk as much as we do.
Mhm.
We've accepted it. It's like truth. It's out there, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But we like the fact that you might text us and say, "Oh, I'm busy. I'm going to a meeting, but just wanted you to know you was on my mind." Oh, she's good for the day.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so we talked a little bit about like beginning and dating deal breakers. We're gonna take a small break, get
Yeah.
into some hot local music here on Street Legal Radio, and we'll be back to discuss more relationship deal breakers.
Cool energy.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Good evening, man. Y'all with the Cool Energy Show. We was just discussing deal breakers on our break while this lovely music was playing. We had a lovely debate. And we're going to discuss it right now. Now, when we left off with you guys, we were discussing, you know, the deal breakers, the things that you can't deal with, far as the initial stages of dating. So right now, if you're just tuning in, we're at the part where, say, you get into a relationship with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, what have you, and the things that you can or cannot deal with. Well, just cannot deal with, because we're talking about deal breakers. So I would like to know y'all deal breakers when you're in a relationship. Let's say y'all been together for 1 month to 5 months or 6 months. What's the deal breakers for you where you like, all right, we had a good run in dating, it's time to cut it loose? I have my opinions. I want to hear y'all first, though, because you know I got a lot of opinions.
Well,
You know, the lack of trust for me, like, you know, anytime.
you're big
if-
on that, Trish.
Yeah, I am. I am
sounds like
big.
it, yeah.
I am big on it, you know what I'm saying? Because, or lying by omission.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Lying by omission, you
You
know.
sound serious.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because that's
It's
a
a
serious
real
thing.
thing.
Because this is probably one of the biggest things that people do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go on. Okay, you went to the gym. You know, you made a little stop on the way home, but where was
But you
that
don't
stop?
you don't mention
You
the
don't
stop.
mention the
You
stop.
just mention the gym.
You know what I'm saying? You don't mention the stop. You didn't mention that you.
I've
you
been
know,
guilty.
ran into this chick and you bought her
Right.
this drink and then you know
Right.
you know
That's
so
how
that,
it starts.
yeah, that line by omission.
You know what?
is
I
kinda
don't mind a
deceitful.
lie.
It's kinda
You know what I'm saying?
deceitful.
Because
Wait a
people,
second.
people lie.
You don't mind a lie?
A lie?
No. Let me say this. I don't mind a white lie, but what I'm saying is, don't tell me a stupid ass lie, because I feel like you insulting my intelligence, and nothing insults me or pisses me off more
Right.
than you trying to insult my intelligence. So you tell me a good lie, I'm like, oh, all right, you know what I mean? Like, but I mean, seriously,
What's a good lie? Because
a lie that I don't find out about?
He don't know because it's
Exactly.
been so good. He don't even know.
It's
I don't-
that damn
Okay.
good.
Okay.
You got evidence.
Yeah, I mean,
backups.
eyes don't see, heart don't feel.
Like so most people not thinking about that. Leaving things out is not quite lying or anything like that. It's like it's like most people think that they're punished for their sins. You punished by them. Whatever you did, that's what's coming back to you. You know what I'm saying? You know that. Hey,
now see, that's a deal breaker when you talk about something that you just touched on, because like, if you want to know my every weekend schedule, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, well, damn, am I dating my mama? Or like, like, what's the deal? Like, I'm gonna feel, and that's a deal breaker for me. If you like up under me way too much, and you don't have a life of your own, I'm gonna feel suffocated, and I'm a do me.
A deal breaker for me in a relationship is when the person starts to take me for granted and doesn't want to put forth the effort that they put into getting with me.
That initial dating
exchange. Now, don't get this confused with going through kind of ebbs and flows, because I feel like that happens in any relationship. Like sometimes it's hot, you guys are on, you're into each other, everybody's giving what they need to. True. And then you might have, kind of a lull period where maybe somebody's focused on work or
2 weeks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think those are natural and they happen, and that's okay. But a sustained amount of time where I'm expressing, hey, I don't feel appreciated, you're not letting me know that I'm doing things well, or I'm not feeling as passionate, we need to do something about this, and it continues, that nothing happens, that to me is like a deal breaker.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I say a deal breaker, just influence from other people. If you can't make your own decisions and choices, like if your mama is picking out everything,
that's not a man.
Everything.
Yeah, that's not a man.
If your homeboy's like, yo, let's go, and you pick up and go, and we had plans, and you forget all about that because Earl and them said, yo, let's pack up and go down to the club.
Peanut and them.
You know what I'm saying? Earl and Peanut and Mike might want to hang out. Then, it's a problem right there. Just influence from other people when you can't, you can't put your own foot down and make your own decisions. Yeah. And if you just, waiting around for somebody else to tell you what you're going to do with yourself.
That's a good one.
And it happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there, they just so used to having that nurturing, I guess, or being controlled in some kind of way that they have influences from other people, and they just, it's just insane. It's like they can't even function as an adult on their own. And this is so crazy. And it comes from different places. Like I said, it could be the mama, that won't let go of the baby. That's her baby. And and it might have been a single parent or something, and she won't let go, won't cut the cord. Yeah. It could be the homeboys. It could be other relatives, the sister and cousin, and who's so tight and always had his back, and and then here you come, and It could, it happens.
Well, that's the
and
thing,
it could also too be baby mama, exes still lurking around, doing inappropriate stuff. So I say the influence from other people would be a deal breaker for me.
You brought up a couple. A big one for me is also a person that acts inappropriately. In my mind, this is somebody who's in a relationship, but they act like they're single when they're away from their mate.
Ooh.
I've run into that. When they're with me, we're a couple. It's great.
Right.
Baby this, baby that.
Right.
And then when I'm away or we're not around each other, this person is conducting themselves as if they're not in a relationship.
I get it. You know what? That's the thing. As a man, I must say, because I used to do that, and that's when a young man has not blossomed into a grown man, in my opinion. Because I just think even with the whole, with the whole cuffing season and everything. Like, if we together, we together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. We grown. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a thing to see if you still got it, to see if you can still get this chick or that chick or whatever. And
I think it's different from, like, flirting. I think there's a certain amount of flirting that probably always happens. But there's a fine line between, just some innocent flirting and actually putting yourself out there like you're available for advances.
Right.
That to me is like totally inappropriate. You should not conduct yourself in that manner if you're with someone.
Right.
It sends the wrong
That's the truth.
message, you know. Another thing I was thinking about is as far as, you know, the person you're dealing with when you're in a relationship, that I lost my thought.
Deal breakers.
Deal breakers.
I got one for you. I got one for you. I hate when the girl gets advice from her single bitches.
That's the same. That's Earl and them.
Ooh, that's Earl and them.
Yeah,
My girls and them.
Because Nene and Neek and all them other, they have input.
I got a
too.
cheat code for y'all. Friends do not hug you at night. Like they don't.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Hug life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
cheat code.
Seriously, like you know, you're in a relationship. I think it's a time to chill with your mate, and it's a time to chill with your friends.
That's right.
And just have a healthy balance between the two. It's not that when you're in a relationship you gotta be y'all stuck up. I just think it's a healthy balance. You know what I mean? But don't come to me with some advice that you got from Keisha, and Keisha can't keep a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do it. You know what I mean? Don't even tell her. Don't even tell her our business.
Keep a dude though.
Don't even tell her our
Keisha's
business.
dude ain't your dude.
Right.
So
That's
it
a
ain't
whole
one size
different-
fits all.
different
Jay,
situation.
you had mentioned about, you know, people not being able to stand on their own 2 feet.
Right.
Another relationship deal breaker for me is we all fall on hard times and might need some help, but I'm not into carrying dead weight.
Ooh.
Like, we
Yikes.
are supposed to be, you know, helping each
Right.
other
Partners.
get to the next level. Yeah,
That's
we're
right.
partners in this.
Right.
So yeah, there might be times where you're pulling a little harder, and there might be times when I am. But if I'm consistently pulling you along,
Exactly.
nah, that's
Yeah.
Can you deal with? Can I ask you a question? Can y'all deal with someone that makes less than y'all or more than y'all? Is that a deal breaker for y'all? Be honest,
Money.
honestly.
You talking about
For
money?
me?
Financial.
Yeah.
for me. It's
If you
not.
white collar, could you deal with a blue collar?
I
role?
definitely can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 9
I would
times
be.
out of 10, I'm dealing with men that make less than me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a go-getter. I'm a
Right.
grinder. I've found ways to put myself in certain positions to make more money. And the type of
right.
men that I'm usually attracted to, they are more street savvy. So maybe they're not as far along in careers yet at the
Right.
point that I've met them. They haven't found
What
that
they want to do?
with them yet. So
Right.
they might still be hustling and make a good amount of money, but normally they don't make more than I do.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that as long as he's cool with that.
Ah.
My problem
As long
tends
as
to
he
come
has-
in when he's insecure about it and tries to be controlling in other ways to compensate,
Right.
or
That happens
you
a
know,
lot.
when he doesn't want to do certain things because I'm gonna foot the bill for it or things like that. That's when I have a problem. I don't have a
Just-
problem
yeah.
with his making less money.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to be a little bougie. Y'all might consider this bougie, but if we weren't in the same tax bracket, or you weren't high, in a higher tax bracket than I am, then I wouldn't date you. I'm being honest. I used to be like that. So I think around 25, I started saying, you know what, I'm gonna cast my rod in all ponds. So I started dealing with. I'm serious. So I used to. So I would mess with the hood chick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And see where it goes. I'll mess with the rich chick, see how it goes. But I must tell you, before, I would not mess with you if we ain't in the same tax bracket.
Right.
Honestly.
Wow.
Now, Jay, you also mentioned baby daddy, baby mama drama. So that's like excess baggage. Yeah,
Yes.
it's too much of that. Is surely a deal breaker. You know what I mean? Baby mama or baby papa is not in this relationship. You know, I'm in a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just bringing a bunch of extra baggage in it's not gonna work. It's not
Keep
gonna work.
Keep y'all
Yeah,
baby mamas
everybody stay in
on
their
the
place.
leash, y'all.
That's like-
Keep them on the
Exactly.
leash, yo. Like,
Damn, he's at a leash.
Baby mama walking in and
Let's
just
not even
trying to
talk
take
about
over.
that because that is a whole nother show. Baby
Yeah,
mama.
that
So
is
we
baby
agree.
father,
Everybody agree that's
like-
deal breaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definite.
Don't
deal
nobody
breaker.
Excess
deal with
baggage.
Nobody wants to deal with that.
With the baby mama, baby daddy, that's absolute.
Let me ask y'all this: could y'all deal with someone that you knew they were with before, or something like that? Like, say if
Men can't.
that person had a reputation, is that a deal breaker for y'all?
No.
Before you,
Reputation.
That a reputation follows the
as a
person.
whore, as a hoe,
Oh.
Not
as
for
a,
me,
or
unless they
a
were
whore
with-
could be a whore could be a dude or
It
a
can.
lady.
For me, as long as it's not like my friends or
Okay.
like my family.
That is a,
You know,
that's a
that's
That's what I'm
that's a
saying.
deal breaker right
Could you
there.
mess with
That's a
somebody
good
that mess
deal
with?
breaker.
I had a female in the
Oh,
past
Jesus.
that messed with my cousin.
Oh,
I couldn't get over it.
deal breaker.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Deal breaker.
But the thing is, I mean, I didn't know that
Right.
this person was.
Oh, you met her
I
and then
didn't-
you found out later.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
And
a
it
little
she was
still
with my cousin.
bothered you. Yes.
I was like, yo,
But that's
you
not
know
a
what I mean?
family. I
Right,
feel
that's
like
family. They're
I
deal
can't
breaker.
bring you to the cookout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When-
Without feeling
Right.
Look at that. Like, dang, yo.
Yeah, because your cousin did
cousin
all
did that.
parts
all
of
of
that.
that.
Right. You
And that's a
wouldn't even
true
be able to
story.
eat your potato
you know what I
salad,
mean?
right?
It's a true story.
Ooh, that's,
Wow.
I
I already
remember
know
back
the
in my
cousin.
day- Yeah, back in my day, me and my best friend, my homegirls would say, if we saw a guy, we'd be like, "Dad, girl, you check him out." Da, da, da. And if that guy tried to holler at a different one, then it was done.
It's
Oh,
done
yeah.
deal.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
That-
If your homegirl was like, "Damn, he cute. Oh, I like him." If y'all go to school together, you got a crush on somebody, and that guy happens to talk to you, no, he's off limits. Deal breaker.
Yup.
Because you already know your
That your
homegirl
homegirl
is
Right.
was
checking
look-
him
yeah.
out.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Even if he is hot to death, he's so
Right.
fine. You gotta let that dude go. That's a deal breaker.
Well, let me ask y'all this though, because since you brought that up, a lot of y'all females, I know, I'm not saying all, but a lot of y'all females tell y'all business, sexual business, and
Wow.
that'll make the chick in your circle want to get with the dude. You know, what I'm
That's
saying?
what you
It
do when you're
happens.
young. Just
That's
like
true.
you were
It
explaining about the guy who's still
that shit
trying to
happen now.
see if he got it. But I mean young like
Right.
in mind.
Right.
Okay.
Mine.
You know what I mean?
Mentally.
That's when a woman
Immature.
hasn't, she's not really a woman yet. She hasn't
Oh, okay.
come to the realization that you don't share that type of stuff.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know, you might have your one homegirl that is your ride or die, and you might tell her a couple of things. Maybe a couple of things, but still, you don't
Yeah,
share.
Little, little too talkative is definitely
yeah,
a deal
it causes
breaker.
issues.
A
man.
deal
It
breaker.
puts too much out there.
It does.
Damn. So what else in relationships though? Y'all just can't
Well,
deal with.
Well, it's a lot of different deal breakers.
Could y'all deal with a smoker?
Absolutely not.
I dealt with a girl that broke on me because I like the magic dragon a little bit.
Puffy puff.
Yeah, so
Well, I think it comes down to like compatibility, though. If that's not something you're into, you might not want to be around that type of environment.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not
I can't deal with
into that, but I don't mind someone who does. It doesn't bother me. I don't know why. Most people aren't like that. If they don't smoke, they don't want to be around smokers. But for me, it's okay. Like most of my friends and my family do partake, so maybe that's why I'm
Yeah.
just kind of
Probably.
like,
Like,
oh,
Yeah, you're back.
whatever.
How you were brought up. you know.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get to some music, and we'll come back with some more deal breakers.
We got a lot more to talk about.
Oh
Yeah, you
yeah,
tuned
Cool
in.
Energy Show, Street Legal Radio.
And welcome back to the Cool Energy Show, where we are discussing relationship deal breakers. We're gonna get into some of our personal pet peeves that really go into the deal breakers. So Talal, I know you have one in particular that's going to set all the female cool heads on fire.
If you don't cook, or you're not willing to learn how to cook, and you don't have to be a chef, you know what I mean? But if you don't cook and not willing to learn how to cook, I'm out the door. And I know that within three months. You know, like
Of course.
yeah. And if you have a refrigerator and it don't got nothing in there, like, you know what I mean? Like on the refrigerator and all you got is water and,
dozen eggs.
Baking soda.
you know, baking soda. You know what I mean? So I know if you can cook, because I'm gonna probably eat one of your leftovers while I'm sleeping. You know what I'm saying? While you sleep. Hell yeah.
Are you serious?
It's just something I do. You know what I mean? I just need to know. You know what I
That is
mean?
funny.
Or if, like, I tell you I'm hungry and, you know, you
She's
say,
like, well, let's
go to
run that-
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna look at you funny. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't get up and make me a sandwich or something, yeah.
Get in that kitchen.
You
woman.
should at least make a sandwich. I agree.
Yeah,
Somebody can make a sandwich.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a very personal deal breaker for me.
Right. I think my deal breaker is morals and, you know, just being cut from completely different cloths or religious beliefs or something
That's
like
a
that.
good one.
That's
You know
a
what I'm
real
saying? If somebody doesn't have like the same kind of beliefs I have religiously or about life, you know, you stealing, you want to, you know, just cut people off in line
Yeah,
and get the
yeah,
meat cheaper
yeah.
because the lady gave you $1 off. I'm not down with that. That's karma, you know.
It's a
Because
shady person.
that's
Karma
shade.
Issa.
That's
Yeah,
shade. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And I'm not looking for shade. So that's just the moral. You gotta have some good morals and stuff.
Well, I'll say probably mine would be I need a give and take type person. Like if I'm taking on a certain role, you know, I got the wifey role or whatever, you know, I'm cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, you know, making sure they all straight, the house is straight, whatever. Yo, I need you to take out the trash. I need you to do that yard work, hook the car up, you know what I mean? Like different stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say like I'm in ancient days and you know we have to stick to the old, you know, the wife take care of the house and the man do da. It's not necessarily that those roles of male and female. It's just I need a give and take.
Yeah.
I need a balance.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we switch roles or whatever, I need somebody that's going to, you know, you do this half and I'll do that half. Like, it can't be I'm always doing so and so and you always doing so and so and then I'm doing most of the work around the house or most of the work wherever. It's got to be a give and take type of thing. That's what one of my deal breakers would be.
That's mine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I agree.
It got to be a role.
I agree.
Yes. Yeah, and it's probably something
Balance.
you should lay out. If you're in a long-term or a serious relationship, it's probably something that y'all should lay out probably early on because it could lead to a lot of problems. Like little things, how some people upkeep a house could be turn into a big issue. Like if you tired of seeing those same pairs of socks laying in the damn floor or something like that. Or if you don't want to see dishes in the sink every night, or you know if you have certain ways that you do chores, which people do, do certain chores at a different
Oh
time
my
or a
God!
different way.
Can I interrupt
So,
you real
hey,
quick?
go
You know what
ahead.
I don't like?
Take it.
When somebody leave any type of dish in the sink overnight.
See,
Don't
exactly.
I don't want it to be soaking in the water. Don't
The
soak it in the
cold
water. Like no,
Wash
like,
that mug.
just
But
clean that
there's some
goddamn
pots
dish.
that need that soaking though.
Hell
Leave it down in the
nah.
sink
Good
in
point.
the water, the cold
Then
water.
you know what?
some stuff.
If you feel like it needs to soak all night, I disagree with that. You need to buy the good Dawn. that
Wash
you
it
just
right
soak
away.
for 10 minutes, and you scrub that joker. You
Right,
scrub that
right.
joker, and that's kind of my rule. Like
You
I
know,
like. To
I was
clean
about
the
to say
dishes.
you can say that because you actually said that you don't mind doing
I
dishes and
prefer
stuff
to.
like that.
Yeah, I
Right.
prefer to.
So
Most guys.
I feel like one of my deal breakers is when you're demanding things that you don't bring to the table.
Oh yeah.
You
That's a
know,
good one.
you're someone that
That's a good one.
has
Yeah.
all these deal breakers
Right, yeah.
and demands, but they're not things that you do.
Right.
Right.
Sorry, boo boo.
Like you can't,
right.
you can't,
Tell me about
you can't
that.
say your deal breaker is that you like cleanliness,
And you're not.
clean.
And you're
Yeah.
not
Like,
clean.
you
You
know.
nasty mug. Yeah, you can't say
Then
that.
also for
So
me,
true.
Jay, you said it's not necessarily like the particular roles like male and female.
Yeah.
Because I'm such an independent and like strong woman, I need a man's man. So I need a guy who is about those male roles. Like, he don't want to see me pumping my gas. He don't want to see me taking out the trash.
That's a chump.
He wants to, I want a guy who doesn't let me walk on the outside of the sidewalk.
Right.
Yeah.
I like little things like that. I
Yeah.
pay attention to, and if they're not happening, I'm already like losing respect for the dude. Like, nah, you not holding up your man weight. I don't know.
Right.
I can't get with that.
Or not interrupting when you're at the bar with somebody. You know
You
the
know what I
deal
mean?
breaker you talked about earlier.
Like, you not stepping in when you need to. Like, I can't. Like, I need a type of guy that prides himself on being that man in those certain situations. Like, putting his arm out in front of me when we crossing the street if he see a car before me. Like, those just typical things that my dad showed me growing up. Like, this is what a man is supposed to do for you to protect you and make sure you in a good space. I need that.
Right.
If I don't
What's
have that,
unfortunate is
I
a lot of people not familiar with. A lot of people didn't grow up with a dad, but even if you didn't, I mean, shit, we all know what respect is. So as long as a dude is a dude, we like the woman. If y'all set the ground, a lot of real talk. You know what I mean? Sometimes y'all really make up the rules at the end of the day, because if y'all don't deal with certain
Preach.
things,
A dude
we
wouldn't bring
we
it to
will
the
we will
table.
bend and break to make it work if we really, really F with you. You know what I'm saying? We care about you and we want it to work. Now, if we don't, we gonna treat you like SHIT.
So, ladies, you're hearing it
Right.
from a male.
Yeah.
Right.
He is saying that we set the stage. What we allow is what they bring to the table.
That's right.
If they want something more from you, they will meet your standards. If they're not meeting your standards, either they're not capable or you are not the one they want to meet those standards for.
Right.
The either or.
I'm not trying to make it work. It's not going to work.
Pretty
That's
much.
true. Then another deal breaker, you were talking about people texting and not responding in a certain time and stuff like that. Lack of communication.
Right.
Communication
It's like,
is big.
saying lack of communication, like that give take. If you communicate that, hey, I really didn't appreciate you doing that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That works. Now, if it goes on and nothing's being said, then the anger builds up, deal breaker.
Yeah.
We're not talking, we're not communicating, deal breaker.
Speaking of communication, can I say this real
yes.
quick? I have this issue, and it's a past deal breaker that I dealt with, and I cut it off within that 3 months. Because
Of
3
course.
months.
within that 3 months, when you got in this new day and age, I had a chick that I was dating I really liked, but she would be too much into social media. It'd be like cooking with the boo, going out with the boo,
Wow.
sleeping with the boo, watching movies with the boo, eating with the boo. Me and the boo going to sleep. The boo just woke up. Bye, boo.
Hi, boo. Boo went to
Bye,
work.
boo. Like, I'm done with you. Like,
It's me without the boo.
you know what I'm saying? Lord, like,
Social media.
like just too much. Just too much. Like the whole world knew our relationship.
Right.
The details of our relationship.
Yeah.
Where we were at all times. I couldn't rock with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people right now, if I look on my Facebook right now, it's at least 10 girls on my timeline that do that right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yes. See, because some
A
women
mess.
try to be like an open book.
Yeah.
Like, did you communicate? I'm not an open book. Don't put my stuff out there like
Wow.
that. Deal breaker.
And you know what?
Deal
I'm
breaker
fine
socially.
with, like, because in my relationship now, like, me and her, like, we'll post certain things up, like when we go out of town or you know,
Right.
if we somewhere special, but
Right.
we'll come to that agreement before we post
Right.
anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't post it without
Checking in.
checking with me, and she gonna do the same for me. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So I just can't rock with that. But if that works for y'all keep on. I'm laughing at y'all stuff now on y'all timeline, just so y'all listen.
No, but Talal, you hit on a good one though.
Yeah.
Like, as far as you all communicate and you make the decisions together about what's appropriate, like that. It covers so many things. Like, it's not just social media like that. You should be thinking about decisions within your relationship that way
Right.
too. Like, let's
Right.
come together, talk about it. What do we agree on?
And what if I look
As a
ugly in that
couple.
picture and I just don't want to be
Yeah.
seen?
Hello.
Deal breaker.
I be getting mad. Yeah, like deal breakers. Don't be tagging me in photos
Boo.
that I boo. that I did not authorize.
Boo just woke up.
It ain't hot, yo. It ain't hot.
Boo, look at Boo sleep.
Oh my gosh, just
Deal
all
breaker.
over Instagram, yo.
Stop.
No, all over Instagram. It's always like at least 10 to 15 chicks on your that you following that be like, look at Boo sleep. They be like, yo, like,
Boo, you
Not
asleep,
cool,
boy.
yo.
like, dude, yo,
Let
I'm
the teddy
telling
bear
y'all,
Boo
brothers, listening, please, yo, y'all gotta check them females. Y'all look crazy.
Look at Boo.
Look at Boo sleep.
Deal breaker.
Don't nobody care about
So y'all-
that shit, but y'all
Right,
too.
but y'all
Like,
too.
really?
So y'all hear from
That's
Cool
right.
Energy. You know
I
what I'm
can't
saying?
hear.
The
Social
deal
media
breakers.
people, cut that shit out, please. Right now.
We
Right
gonna we
Wait,
gonna build our
wait.
relationship
Oh,
off of
mess.
Facebook.
So let me get into something that's a little bit more serious. I
Yeah.
think I don't think we touched on this yet. A deal breaker for me, this is kind of like two-part. Someone who has like too many kids and too many baby mamas, or somebody that doesn't want kids.
Ah.
That doesn't, jive with what I'm into. If
Right.
somebody,
You can't have kids though.
you're not the one for me.
Damn
But-
Damn. No, I gotta say, I gotta
Hey,
agree
you
with ShellBe.
breaker,
you
saying-
you gotta know what it is
I'm-
that you're
listen,
looking for.
I like people that stick with their convictions.
Hello.
You said it.
Yeah,
Like,
That's
I,
what
like
I
I
deal
was
breaker.
telling you guys before, like I had a good friend of mine. She refused to date any guys that had kids. Not necessarily because she didn't like kids. She loved kids. She actually grew up. Her mother used to have a daycare center. She loved kids. It's just she didn't have kids of her own. And she wanted to share that experience of having a first child
Yeah.
with a man, because this is such a special thing. And she wanted to have that special bond with them. And she said, if they already experienced that,
We're
then
not
I
having it
can't.
together.
Yes, it's not going to be the same thing that I would want, the same type of special moment that I would want. And so if he has kids, I can't deal with him.
But
That's
you know
why
what?
She was
Let me
upset.
explain why it's so important to stick to your convictions. I was that friend at a point. I don't have any kids biologically. And I was the same way. I was like, you know what? I've kept myself. I don't have any children. I don't want to deal with somebody that has kids because they already have that bond with somebody else. They're coming into the relationship with certain things that, you know what? They don't have to deal with that from me. So why should I have to deal with that? And I broke that rule. And
to.
I regret it. I regret it because everything that I thought about why I didn't want to date people with kids, I found out that I was right about.
Right.
It happened.
I
Wow.
found out that
Yeah.
even without having the experience, I
Wow.
knew what I didn't want to go through and what I didn't want to feel. And then I dated somebody with kids and I found out like, yup,
That shit
you're right.
happened.
And now that I've done it, I can't go backwards.
Right.
It's like
Right.
now I've dealt with somebody who has kids, so now I'm open to it.
Well,
you
can
know?
I say something though? Because I used to be there. I used to be the person that's like, I'm not going to date a chick with kids, but because I don't have children.
Yep.
However, when you reach a certain age, it's certain barriers you got to break down and let loose. In my opinion, and I'm just saying this. Let's say one of my deal breakers, you got to be black, right?
Yep.
So let's say you got 100 black chicks in your city. All right, let's cut that down to 70.
Yeah.
By the time you 30, then let's cut it down to 40. You know what I mean? After the chicks with kids.
Right.
Now let's cut it down.
Oh, she,
Right.
Cut
It
some
starts
more.
getting
Yeah,
smaller and
yeah.
smaller.
Start get
Yeah.
smaller and smaller. So for me,
Yeah.
I had to break down those barriers, and I say, you know what? Let me date a chick with kids, and I'll say, but you know what? I won't do more than 3. Let me, like if you, I
But
can't
let's
have a whole
keep
bunch
it
of
real.
kids
It's
running around.
different for you to date a female with kids versus a female dating dudes
No, it's not.
with
Right.
kids.
No.
It's very different because men are not vindictive
Yes, they
like
are.
women are. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Not when it comes to kids and things like that. They don't try to be vindictive to the new man.
Let me tell
They
you
don't
something.
do that. That's like men law.
No, not,
They might still
a lot
be
of men.
catty
A lot of
with
men
the
break
woman.
these, a lot of men break these laws because they don't want me disciplining their child.
No, I get
they
that.
don't want me to tell their kid to sit the hell down.
I gotta
They
I
don't
get
want me
that.
beating
Gotta
their
disagree with
kid.
that one.
That man is gonna feel some type of way because
Right.
the man
I get
ego
that.
is so.
Yeah.
But for the most part, though,
It's just not the same way.
It's worse from women. You hear way more stories about the baby mama drama. You hear way more. You'll hear women. You'll hear women say, "Oh, my baby father this, my baby father that," but it's normally because they're not getting money from him or something like that. It's not because he's hanging around harassing her new man or doing things like that. That's not that common.
Like a man fight.
I'm just
then.
saying
It's a
that.
man fight, but
I'm
they
just
do their
saying
stuff.
we do our stuff too.
The men
It's
do their
just
stuff.
a
It's
different
different.
way. You know what I'm saying? But
They
men
try
are
to-
definitely vindictive.
Try to
And
do it financially or showing
Yeah,
off. or,
yeah.
I just got a big truck or something. You
Right,
know?
right.
Deal breakers.
I don't know, y'all. That was a real good topic because I've been there. Shelley been there.
Yeah, definitely
that
have.
last
And
one. But we got some more stuff, right?
so keep it
Yes.
locked. Stay tuned. You're listening to Cool Energy, where we're discussing relationship deal breakers. We're
What's
gonna
your
go
comments?
ahead, listen to some music. You can check in online. Hit us on coolenergyonline.com, and we'll be back in a few moments.
That's what it is.
And we're back to the Cool Energy Show. Today we are discussing relationship deal breakers. And before we went to the music, man, we got a little heated debate, discussion about
Baby mamas.
baby mamas and having children. And is that a deal breaker? If you don't have kids, is that a deal breaker in a relationship?
Yeah.
And
I don't know, yo. I just can't deal with it.
I still don't know. Do we get a yes or no answer on that?
It depends on how. You know what? It just depends. Like it just depends. And I gotta have that conversation with the dad. You know what I'm saying? I really do, because if you got a nasty ass child, you know what I mean, and he don't got no respect, and you got a problem with me checking him or her, then we ain't gonna work.
Yeah, well, yeah, that could be an issue. Because a lot of people don't even want other people in general, other relatives
Yeah.
checking their kids. Like if it ain't them or their direct parents, you better not touch little JJ or whatever, because that parent is gonna go off. So it's definitely gonna be a lot of added anger, I guess, or being upset, if it's the new person in that parent's life.
Yeah.
Because you got that added kind of animosity towards them, even though you might not be in a relationship. It's like, they moving on, and you kind of hating on them a little bit.
Yeah. It used to be a deal breaker for me, but
it's 18.
we live in a new society where you have families that mix in together,
Yeah,
where you have two
nuclear
divorcees
families.
that to get
Yeah.
together
Right.
and they live in a big house together and they live happily ever after. I know it sounds like so Family Matters TV-ish,
No, you're right.
but
you're right.
it really does happen out here on these streets.
You're right, and I think
so.
I think it depends on with the kids thing. It's like how the last relationship ended is how you two would go forward
That's
with the
so
child.
true. That's so
You know what I'm saying? Because if they ended bad or they're still just fussing,
Still
every
trying to
time they
work it
drop off
out,
the
yeah.
child, it's not going to work. You know
Yo,
what I'm saying?
Can I
you
say the sideline
drop
thing?
them off at the curb.
Can I say a sideline
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
I
yeah.
love. It's so funny. Next time I do it, I'm gonna grab my phone. But it's so funny when you're at the 7-Eleven and you see the kid, the father dropping off the son.
Yo, I can't
They
deal.
mean that they
What?
can't even come to the house. It's like, because this is just not gonna work. This is the best way to work it.
If y'all see that before, like, please post this your story.
Hey,
Like, I see
cool
it
head.
all the time. Like, you drop your
Cool
kid
head.
off at the
corner.
McDonald's.
I mean,
the
at McDonald's, yo.
Yo, I
Been
can't.
I buy myself flossy.
It happens.
See, I
It happens.
can't. No.
Sometimes you have to
Like-
do what you have to do to make the new relationship work and no drama with the old one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Some people have to work it out.
You
that
definitely
way
do. I
because-
mean, I think it goes back to
Yeah.
what you were saying earlier, Tris, about like baggage.
Right.
Baggage comes in many different forms.
Yes.
Sometimes it is a previous relationship. Sometimes it's things from your childhood that you haven't dealt with. It can be a lot of things. So I guess that might be a big deal breaker too. Like if you have baggage that you're not dealing with on your own, dragging that on into
Right.
a new relationship.
Exactly.
You need to deal with your stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deal breaker.
Yes.
Deal breaker.
But what about certain decisions that need to be made, like big decisions, like are we gonna buy a home Are we gonna continue to rent? You know, do we
Are we
want to
gonna marry?
move? Are we gonna marry?
Yeah.
Are we gonna
Some
have
people don't wanna get
kids?
married. I got a couple friends that don't want to get married or have kids.
Right.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Those are
Something
definite deal
and
breakers.
taking that one step, you know, you people can be together for 30 years sometime, and it's just something about
That
jumping that broom.
marriage,
They not
yeah.
feeling that part.
They feeling that burn part, huh?
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
crazy,
Some people
but
are
yeah,
afraid of the
that's just their
commitment.
mindset.
commitment.
Commitment.
Yeah. Although they
Well,
are
well,
in
that's a
committed
deal breaker right
relationship.
there.
Oh,
If
so
we're
you
not on
not-
the same page about commitment,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that good. And that goes to the morals. Like, you gotta, what type of morals after this 1 to 5 or 1 to 6 months does the
Yeah.
people have? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are their beliefs religiously?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
how are we
Yeah.
gonna raise our kids? Are we gonna praise Allah? We gonna praise God? Jesus? What? We gonna pray?
did
we
anybody
gonna skip?
see the Grey's Anatomy?
No, I've never seen it before.
This was actually what happened. Two of the doctors actually got married, and one of them is a Christian,
Right.
and the other is not. Like, they're non-denominational. Like,
wow.
they don't really have a belief system.
Right.
Okay.
But there's a conflict because they're like pro-choice and all of
Right.
that. So, you know, the mother-in-law was like, well, what are y'all going to do when you have kids? You're going to tell them blah, 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 blah. And
Right.
we're going to tell them this. How y'all going to have kids?
I'm a product of that.
Right.
My
really?
dad's Muslim, my
Oh, wow.
mom's Christian.
Wow.
They've
So-
been together since they was 13.
Wow. Okay.
And
How did that work with you, though?
me
Like,
growing up, they like my dad would, you know, always enforce the Muslim beliefs. That's how Talal came about.
Yeah.
And my mom would be like, shit, on Christmas, I'm having my bacon. I don't care what you
Damn,
say.
right.
And I'm having my tree. I don't care what you say. And every year they fought like so crazy. To this day they
Really?
fight. Yeah, they
Wow.
fight about it.
But they don't leave,
But
though.
they don't leave each
That's
other.
what I'm
you know
saying.
what I'm saying? And how they brought me up was like, say, you know, my dad would go to the mosque, my mom go to her church every Sunday or whatever. They said, you know what, our son gonna make his decision when he gets older, and it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I
But
mean?
before you were old enough to make your decision, how did they go about that? Like, did you
they
spend
exposed,
part-time?
they exposed me to both religions, and you know, some things I didn't like from one, some things I didn't like from the other, and I
Yeah.
just made my decision. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't think it's. I think like if you don't believe in anything, and then you got one person that don't believe in anything, and got one person that does believe in God. I think that's wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Yeah. So Talal said religion doesn't have to be.
Not-
deal
It doesn't
breaker.
have to be a
That's
deal
yours.
breaker.
That was a good story, you know. And,
It really
and
was.
I can see how it could work. You know, I think the thing about the religion and the beliefs and things like that, it goes back to like morals. Your parents have the same morals for life.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They had the same morals, and they
Yeah.
came together. And even though you say they still argue, but obviously, the
Sorry,
morals are
Mom.
better. They
It
still-
doesn't-
'Cause I know she be listening to
Yeah,
the
but,
show.
but they still. Thank you, Mom. Hey, thank you, Mom and Dad, for both. They had religion. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? They both had religion, and they still instilled that in
As
you.
long as you believe in something, yo.
Yeah.
Right, right.
That's the
That
deal
was the
breaker.
main
Yeah, so it could be a deal
Believe in
breaker.
shit, like, what the hell? How the
But
hell-
overall, like, your parents showed you that it's okay to also like have differing opinions and beliefs about something, but they're still able to be together.
I honestly think they just gonna come up with a decision. Nobody could win
Yeah,
the battle, so they
yeah.
just said, "Fuck it." You pick the decision when you get old.
I
you
mean,
know
that's
what I'm
funny that you're like, they still argue about it though. Like,
That is
they
funny.
never
Right.
came to
That's funny.
a conclusion about it. It's just like,
saying?
whatever.
My mom
But
still,
they
got,
still
still had a
together.
big Christmas tree on Christmas Day, and she's still eating her swan. It is what it is, yo. Like, it is what it is.
I could picture like, probably your father's face. I don't really know what he looks like, but I can see when that tree is
Like
going up, and she
Talal.
is probably on cloud 9, putting that tree hanging
Decorating.
decorations up, playing
Decorating.
carols in the background and everything.
Overdoing
Oh
it.
my God.
Right, extra.
This big ass tree in this little ass house.
So that could be a deal breaker. Overdoing it at Christmas.
At Christmas time.
Don't
yes.
overdo
That could
it.
be Another, yes. If you put too much into something, that could be a deal
Color
breaker
lights
right
all
there.
over the living room. That's funny.
Do y'all have a
Deal
deal
breakers.
breaker for us, like say holidays, real quick, like
Yeah.
Valentine's Day? Do we have to buy you like an extravagant gift?
Oh,
like,
God.
you know what I'm saying? Seriously.
This is so touchy.
I tell you.
Honestly, yo, like
This is so touchy.
if he buy you like the flowers he got on the corner, You know what I mean? While he was driving to your house.
The half dead joint.
I'm always about like the thought.
It's,
It's
brown
the
on the
thought
edges.
behind what a person is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who knows? What if all he could afford was those
Oh,
little
yeah,
flowers? You know,
print a little card on a computer.
yeah, I'm more gonna look at, was he thinking about this ahead of time, or was this just like he forgot and did something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that a person needs to necessarily do anything on Valentine's Day. Like, it's a made up holiday.
True.
It doesn't really mean anything. I do celebrate it, however, so all of my ShellBe groupies, I do accept gifts, but I'm not saying, like, in a relationship, it's not like a deal breaker if there's no big celebration
Yeah.
or
All right, but
nothing
what
like
if-
that.
But,
For
but
some
what if
people
like
it is.
Yeah, some people it is. Like say on Christmas Day you buy your dude the PlayStation he wanted all year. Which is $500 now. And then he buy you something from Forever 21 for
Nah.
$20.
Ooh.
That ain't never happening, because
Right.
for me to spend a certain amount of money on somebody, I have to know that we're on the same page about how we think about gifts.
Okay.
It doesn't mean he has to spend $500 on me. It just means that we're in the same type of bracket.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
If I don't have no understanding like that, you ain't getting no PlayStation.
Okay. So that is a spending deal breaker.
right.
Damn sure is.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I can't be
kinda
buying steaks
expect-
and he's on chicken.
Well, you know what? There are some cheap people out there that
I'm
just
cheap.
are
Yeah.
just generally cheap. Not even
Right.
toward just their mate. It's
Right.
just
Period.
that's the way they are.
Yeah.
Like they like to bargain shop even for themselves or
Yep.
for for other gifts or whatever.
You know what me and my
And-
boo did on Valentine's Day?
Oh god.
We wrote each other we made each other cards. Handmade cards.
Oh, that's what I
That's
just
so
talked about. That
sweet,
is,
though.
yeah, that's adorable.
I mean, fuck that. Hallmark ain't, I'm not
Right,
spending
Hallmark
$2
ain't gonna say
for
what you
Hallmark
wanted to
yeah,
say.
Yeah.
That is very
See, but
I know it
that's
sounds
thoughtful.
elementary. I know it
Right.
sound
No, that's
elementary.
thoughtful. I
Nah,
think
cute.
women would be so excited about personalized things like that. Just the fact that you would
Unfortunately,
even
y'all keep that shit.
yes.
Yeah, we
I would be
do.
like,
Cards.
on February 14th, you said that you love me with all your heart. All your heart.
the date on
I
the
don't
back.
feel all your heart today.
Pull
What
it out of the
happened?
vault.
Y'all put that stuff in the
Pull it
box.
out of the vault, yo.
Come on.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, we
That is
do.
funny.
Yes, we do.
Come springtime, we throw it away.
But see, that's funny because pulling it out the vault, but that's not a deal breaker. That's not.
No,
that
it's
don't.
not.
That don't break the deal, does it?
No,
Talal?
no,
no.
They
Nah.
pull it out the vault. all
But
they
see, you gotta make sure
It is
that
what it
y'all
is.
keep that flame going because it might be one day that handwritten card is not
Yeah.
gonna do it. So
Make
make sure.
There might be one day that she is thinking about
Yeah.
leaving your ass,
And she sees that handwritten card.
And then
Yeah.
save y'all,
And she
yeah.
remembers,
That could be
like,
it.
Yo, I
So
know
Yeah.
yeah, keep the flame
Could've got me
going.
a rose or something.
Yeah. Make sure you put the card out where she can say like, remember I
Yeah,
wrote this
yeah.
card, baby.
I mean,
Card over here,
I
baby.
just don't believe in the rose thing from the Mexican dude. Like,
Well,
I'm
go-
just,
yeah,
it's not.
You would go above the Mexican
Yeah.
dude.
And like, don't give me no chocolates. I don't eat chocolate. Like, I don't want no
can't-
chocolate,
I can't
no
agree
stale
on
ass
that.
chocolates. Like, I don't
Give
want
me
that.
chocolates.
So Talal got like a cliche type of deal breaker.
Yeah.
Like, don't give
When it
me
come to
stuff
gifts.
just because that's the cliche.
Cliche,
thing.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Know me.
Right,
Ah.
right.
And get me
Yeah.
things
I like
according
that.
to me.
It
I
makes
like that
sense.
too.
It makes sense. They,
Yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah. If
sure.
it's not personal, you just went to 7-Eleven
Yeah, I don't
and,
want it. I don't
and
want it.
bought something. Yeah.
don't want it.
Yeah. That's got to be a deal breaker. They're like, do you care? yeah.
Yeah,
You
do
know what I'm saying?
me?
Do you
even
right?
know what the hell I like?
Do you
If
guys
you knew me.
care if your mate doesn't remember like milestones, like birthdays, anniversaries, different things
Care
like
about
that?
that?
Deal
Yes.
breaker.
They said yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, birthdays and anniversaries, absolutely.
Anniversary?
I mean, the first time that y'all held hands and walked down the street, you don't have to remember that day or whatever. But I mean, the day that I came into this earth, you should
need to
remember
know that.
The birthday I get, but don't the anniversary thing.
Why? Wait, I
Yo,
need why?
You talking about like a wedding anniversary?
Wedding anniversary, okay.
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 All
I
right.
get
But the
that.
first
Well,
day,
the first day we got together. And
No,
the first day we
celebrate
skipped through the
dating
grass.
Anniversaries. I do.
First
First
day
day
we-
on that.
Yeah,
oh, that's so
if y'all
whack.
can come
I'm big
together
on that.
and y'all say
And
this is the
decide
day.
we is together.
Yes.
Right.
You better
I'm with
know
you
it.
there. I'm with you
What?
on that. I'm with you on that.
What?
I'll be knowing
The
the month.
day
I don't be knowing the
you
exact
took
day.
all of this off the market. You better remember that day. What?
Yo, y'all too much.
Better
Yeah.
know. Well, what was our first meal?
Yo, y'all put so much pressure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but they'll remember what Michael Jordan was wearing the night he
when
had
he-
48 points.
That's important.
But we know what happened when Joe Flacco threw that touchdown.
Right.
That's
Remember when we
important.
was doing on Super Bowl night. You know what I mean?
And what
That is
outfit you
hilarious.
had.
Right.
Yup.
Exactly where
What
I
you,
was.
and what you were
Remember.
drinking.
That
Come
was
on.
Val's point.
Exactly what I did when the lights cut off.
That don't make no damn
hilarious.
sense. Deal breaker.
Deal breaker. You
Remember
want to
dates,
remember
fellas.
Michael Jordan's stats over our anniversary. That's a
Yeah.
deal breaker.
Deal
Yeah,
breaker.
get a little
Bang the
booklet
camera.
for your dates. Because that's a
Make
deal
no
breaker,
daggone
obviously.
sense.
Listen, let me give y'all a little cheat code, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
In your contacts, if you have a Google phone, I don't know how iPhone works, but in contacts, there's a field where you can put the person's birthday.
Right.
You can put notes. I don't remember all this stuff. When I meet a dude and we start talking, he'd be like, my favorite color is black. I go in his contacts, favorite color black. Yes.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It pays off.
Trust
It pays off in the long run.
Look,
Deal breakers.
I worry about my coin. I ain't worried about no dates. I ain't worried about no
Wow.
goddamn
That is funny.
date.
We got to deal break this show, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, listen.
We gotta
Yeah, 'cause
break
it's
this
getting
deal.
hot.
Cool heads, I
Yeah,
tell
'cause
you.
we could go on forever and
Yeah.
a day
We love y'all
about
for
these
listening.
deal breakers.
Yes,
Right?
thank you for tuning in to
Yes.
the Cool Energy Show. Stay tuned for You Heard Them coming on right after us. Definitely check out coolenergyonline.com and also check us out on Twitter, Cool Energy Show, Facebook, Cool Energy Online, and Tumblr, Cool Energy Online. Hit us up, cool heads.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear
Yeah.
from y'all.
Good
Let us
topic
know
tonight, y'all.
Yes.
you feeling the show and loving the topics.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
tune in next Sunday, 5 to 7, Street Legal Radio.
That's what it is.
Cool energy.